Ambrose,
Here.
Button,
Here.
Kale,
Here.
Raymond,
Here.
Creighton. We have a quorum. Mayor, there are none. Mayor, I ask that we amend the agenda as posted and remove an item from proclamation from this agenda.
Motion to approve the agenda as amended.
A second.
Raymond,
Yes.
Kale,
Yes.
Button,
Yes.
Ambrose,
Yes.
Creighton. Yes. Motion passes.
Presentation, monthly report, Supervisor McDaniel, District 3, welcome.
Thank you, Mayor, Council. Come before you today, a lot of work was done last week. Last week we completed an $844 million budget in Merced County. That's approximately $118.2 million on the focus. And that, $45.6 million, which is 39% of our budget, actually goes to Health and Human Services functional area, which is public health, behavioral health, and human services agency. 63.4 million, 54% is going towards capital projects. Flood project, which is here in District 3, which is one that I've been working on. I actually worked on it when I worked for the House of Representatives at that time. Black Rock Creek flooding that actually floods the Beechwood Franklin area. So we're putting money towards that, also utilizing two different grants that we've got. County facilities, correctional facility phase 1, 14.1 million. County facilities, capital projects, 11.9 million. That's going to a lot of our veterans halls and our community halls here in the county. Plus an extra capital project of 9 million going directly to veterans. With that, I'll entertain any questions.
So, let me, you said with the money that you're getting for COVID, are you using the CARE Act money to balance that budget?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, it's completely separate. Our
Okay.
plans are completely separate from that.
That's what I wanted to make sure. Thank you.
Yeah, that was 50, oh, sorry about that. Yeah, that was $54 million, which we're going through a separate process. A lot of that is going correctional facility, community and veterans halls, Black Rascal Creek. A lot of it is the same, but it's using matching dollars.
Okay.
We've approached our ARPA as we already had our goals in place, stuff that we'd already heard from the community, what needed to be done and projects needed to be done, and so we're moving forward with those projects.
Okay. Good. Great.
Thank you.
Nice job.
Okay, thank you.
Consent calendar.
Background information has been provided on all matters listed under the consent calendar, and these items are considered to be routine. All items under the consent calendar are normally approved by one motion. If discussion is requested on any item, that item will be removed from the consent calendar for separate action.
Are any members of the public or city council would like to pull item for discussion? If not, looking for a motion?
Motion to
Motion to
approve.
approve the consent calendar is posted.
Motion by Button,
I'll second. Oh.
motion by Raymond, second by Button.
Kale,
Yes.
Raymond,
Yes.
Ambrose,
Yes.
Button,
Yes.
Creighton.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Public hearings. Item 7, waiving the first reading and introducing an ordinance amending Title I, General Provisions, Section 1.01.110, and Title 8, Health and Safety, Sections 8.16.290, Section 8.32.070, Section 8.48.060, and Section 8.50.050 of the Atwater Municipal Code to update various violations and penalty provisions to be consistent with state law. Police Chief Salvador.
Mr. Mayor, members of the council, Mike Salvador, your police chief. This is an item that cleans up the Atwater Municipal Code. There's a lot of code sections, especially in Title 8, that have infraction penalties. These really aren't consistent with California state law. There's a section in the law that basically states that all municipal code violations are misdemeanors. This is cleanup language that will make the Atwater Municipal Code consistent with the penal code and allow us a lot more flexibility when it comes to enforcement.
Thank you. I'll open up public comment this time. Any members of the public that come forward to this item? Do we have any cards on this item?
No, Mayor, we do not.
Any members of the public like to come forward on this item? Seeing none, we'll close public comment. Bring it back to council. What's your direction?
I'll make a motion to approve number 7, the waiving.
I'll second.
Motion by Kale, second by Button.
Button,
Yes.
Kale,
Yes.
Raymond,
Yes.
Ambrose,
Yes.
Creighton.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Comments from the public?
At this time, any person may comment on any item which is not on the agenda. You may state your name and address for the record, however, it is not required. Action will not be taken on an item that is not on the agenda. If it requires action, it will be referred to staff and or placed on a future agenda. Please limit comments to a maximum of 3 minutes.
Do we have any comment cards or emails?
No, Mayor, we do not.
Any members of the public like to come forward at this time? Please come to the podium, state your name. Not allowed. Not allowed. Not allowed. We're gonna have you removed. Seeing none, we'll close the public comment. Okay, we have one taker.
Sorry,
It's okay.
someone next to me
Please
was
state your
going
name
to
for
go
the record.
up. I'm sorry?
Please state your name for the record.
Yes, sir. Rich
Welcome.
Miller, 334 Silva Drive, also pastor Victory Baptist Church, 1280 Sierra Vista Street. I want to come up and just say thank you. First off to Public Works. We had an issue at our church. Went out and talked to Ryan first, and then Justin and Ryan and I were able to coordinate some things for the future as well that our church is trying to do here in the community. But just super helpful, and they got out to our property and were able to knock that out last week. And so I just wanted to publicly say thank you to City Works for all their efforts in that endeavor. Then also, just wanted to say thank you personally to you, Mr. Mayor. This past weekend, you were an extra blessing to a member of my church who's also a resident of our city. You know how, and I just wanted to say thank you. A lot of times,
No,
you
thank
don't get thanked.
Yeah.
You don't get thanked, and I appreciate all that you do for our community.
Any other members of the public like to come forward at this time? Please come to the podium, state your name. Welcome.
Jim McClellan, I'm the pastor of Bible Baptist Church off of Santa Fe. I'll get that louder here for you. Okay. I've just got a couple things I want to talk about, and I want to get some feelings. In my church, my members have been talking about the vaccine, the mandates. Is the city going to be requiring these? Because I know they're coming down fast from above. And of course, they've asked me as a pastor where I stand on this. I've told them from a legal standpoint, I think what's coming down is unconstitutional. Not only that, but also I've done a lot of research on the vaccines and the problems that it's having. And it's not that I'm not against vaccines, and I've told our people this, it's not against, I'm not against vaccine. I've had to take vaccines. I've lived over half my life in Europe, and so we're constantly taking shots and that are required for overseas and that. But the research that I've done with it, I'm not pleased with it. And I know some of the mandates that are coming down are they're trying to force businesses to make their employees to take these vaccines. And if they don't take the vaccines, then they don't work. Like I said, I still think that's still unconstitutional as well. But my main GIF tonight that I'm trying to get a hold of is like I said, I also work as the chaplain, one of the chaplains with the police department, and I love what I'm doing and meeting people and being out in the community with that. But I do have a legal question, and I don't know where this will go. Maybe this can be directed to the city attorney. Maybe he can clarify this. We did have a chaplain's car, and of course, when you're on duty, we would use the chaplain's car to go out. Of course, the chaplain's car was a very, very old car. It's not a problem. But of course, they were taken, they impound them. I think they were going to sell them off. Whatnot was not a problem. My only question from a legal standpoint is, we've been using our own cars to go out, which I don't have a problem with. I've already talked to my insurance agent with USAA. They said they would cover me. But I have found out that there are other insurances, like State Farm and things like that, that if we are on duty and we get called out and we use our vehicle, and let's say we're in an accident, a car hits us or whatever, it's been noted, I've already called State Farm and them about this, to talk about this. They have said that they will not cover on the insurance. They will not cover the accident. In other words, if it's not my fault, they're not going to cover, okay?
Thank you. Your time has expired. Thank you very much.
That's it.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I just need to get a
We'll
clarification.
have you get with the chief later.
Okay,
Thank you.
super.
Any other members of the public like to come forward at this time? Seeing none, we'll close the public comment and bring it back to council comments. Raymond, did you have something?
No, Mayor, I do not.
Okay. Raymond?
Thank you, Mayor. I just want to send prayers out to a good friend of ours. Gene Johnson had a major heart attack last week, and he's home recovering. Also, want to mention we had the passing of former District Attorney Larry Morse, who had a beautiful service and gathering afterwards. And then also, longtime employee for the city of Atwater, Brian Shaw, also recently passed away. And our prayers go out to both of their families, and we wish them the best going forward.
Kale?
So I'm gonna take a stand, since you brought this up, and my wife's employer is requiring her to take the vaccination or potentially lose her job. So I'm going to take my stand right here and say I will not vote for a vaccine mandate. I will not support that. What I do support is the Constitution and your right to freedom, and a freedom of choice to make that choice on your own without being bullied, without being pressured, without being coerced, or just plain pushed into creating a vaccine that I feel will not or does not support or prepare yourself. They told us, take the vaccine. 6 months later, oh no, take the booster. 6 months from now, who knows what they're going to ask us to do. So I will take that stand and will not vote for any kind of mandate that goes against the Constitution of the United States of America. That's all I have. Other than it is awesome to see you guys out here in support of what's coming up next. And Jesse, your house is looking awesome for Halloween already. So, other than that,
It was a long process.
yes. I'm done.
Ambrose?
I have nothing tonight.
Button?
Yeah, I mean, I share Councilmember Kale's sentiment with the mandate. I think it's very well said. The numbers are out there that the vaccine does not stop you from getting COVID, and I think that's very well established. I don't know, they're calling them breakthrough cases or something like that. So a person should have the personal choice backed by the Constitution to put something in their body. So, yeah, you will not see me supporting any kind of mandate. Open Cockpit Day is coming up, I believe, this next weekend over at Castle Air Museum. The last one was awesome. It was just a great time. Hopefully it's a little cooler by the time next weekend rolls around. But you know what? The last one, it was scorching hot and everybody still had a great time. So it was still, I mean, there was like we talked about, there was a huge line of people getting in. It was a really fun time. So I encourage everybody to come out there this weekend coming up. And then my thoughts and prayers for the Water Division and Brian Shaw's family and all of them. So that's all I have, Mayor.
Okay, thank you. Wanted to remind everybody that we have signs for the Atwater Ice Skating Rink put on by Old Town Atwater, which is going to be right across the street from the new City Hall. We're going to locate downtown. And then we're going to adjourn tonight's meeting in honor and memory of Bobby Vasquez. Debbie, if you don't mind coming down, the council and I are going to come down and present her with flowers and say a few words real quick about Bobby. You're up there. Fine. These are for you, Debbie, from the city of Atwater, the entire city, the guys, the city council, everybody here, for your loss. I just wanted to read a few things about Bobby. For those that didn't know Bobby, he worked in the water department for 38 years and trained everybody that's in the water department and trained people in other cities that came around. Bobby was a model employee, always gave himself first. Working with him, he was always positive. First one to say something positive every morning. Wonderful man, and his knowledge, he took his job extremely serious. You guys know how serious he was about the water department and handling the wells and everything. So Bobby passed away in Modesto on August 21st, 2021, a very short illness. Bobby was born in Merced on May 17th, 1957, to Morris Vasquez Sr. and Ramona Vasquez. He attended Winton grade schools and Atwater High School. Bobby was married to Debbie for 38 wonderful years. Together they had 3 children, Bobby Vasquez Jr., Gabby, and Rigo, and Bianca, and Freddie. Bobby was also very proud of his grandfather and 3 grandchildren who he loved and spoiled with all his heart and sugar. Bobby, Mateo, and what? Those are the grandkids. Yes, okay, they're 3 grandkids. So Bobby ran the water department all his career, his whole career. He was everybody's friend and always enjoyed doing things for others, which we all saw. He was always the first one to help us out. Anybody ever needed something in the Public Works Department or through the city or help barbecue or hang out with Paul Ramos too, my neighbor. So he enjoyed the sports, baseball, the Giants, and loved camping. He just loved life. Bobby was just a great person. So today we honor Debbie. We honor your husband with all of our heart and our gratitude. And he gave to the city more than we'll ever be able to give back. So maybe you can say a couple words.
I would like to thank everyone. He loved his work. I never would see anybody on a Monday morning to get up and go to work than like Bob. He was awesome. He's truly going to be missed. We miss him already. And I'd like to thank the city for honoring to have his truck be taken where he was at St. Patrick's in Merced. I thank you. I thank all you for all being there. And thank you for the city and beautiful flowers. And he even told me that when we came for a meeting with Gino one day, and he said that he would like to have a bench. I'm going to make sure he gets that bench. Yes. Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. And we adjourn this meeting in Bobby's honor. Debbie, you want to come over and adjourn the meeting? Meeting adjourned.